I'm Elijah, and welcome to tonight's NAIDOC news for Thursday, 10th of July 2025. I'm coming to you live from the Amiwara studio in Port Augusta on Bangala land. I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners past and present of this land we are broadcasting from today. Now, back in 1983, the NAIDOC Week theme was Let's Talk, We Have Something to Say. The theme was chosen to coincide with the United Nations Year of World Communication. It encouraged open dialogue and highlighted the importance of Aboriginal voices and perspectives. To kick things off last night, our little ones got dressed up and had their night to bust a move on the dance floor. After a quick feed downstairs, the doors were thrown open to the function room and the little ones got their fill of music and entertainment. They partied the night away until they were ready for bed, or was it until their parents were ready for bed? This morning, the Army crew headed out to Ticklebelly Hill where the girls were treated to a luncheon just for them. The whole idea behind the luncheon was to get all of the girls from our community together in a place they can be themselves, share stories, have a laugh and be together. Samantha was down there to take a look.
I'm here at Ticklebelly Hill for the girls' luncheon. I'm ready to enjoy some great food, ready to have some great yarns with friends and family, and ready to celebrate, the female population in general, because as we know, we're nothing without our mothers, grandmothers, sisters, aunties, and everyone. So let's go and check it out. I'm here now with Levine Natakarua. We're at the girls' luncheon here at Ticklebelly Hill, and the theme this year is the next generation, strength, vision and legacy. What a great theme it is there, especially for our next generation. Levine, can you just tell us first, how did the girls' luncheon come about?
We just thought of what we could do that was different and how do we make it inclusive? How do we connect the next generation? And we have a lot of families in Port Augusta. And we thought that why not a high tea with all the women and mothers, daughters, grandmothers, aunties, and bring us all together, talk about what we do in our own families in relation to the theme. We've got a lot of trees here, and one thing is about the deep roots, and that sets the foundation, and it gives us life. So, and us as mothers, we give birth to our children, and that is the continuation of all cultures, really, and of all people. It connects to the legacy, what we want to do and what we want to continue in terms of our strength.
I'm Kathleen Willis, Adigirinyi, Mari Yonganyara woman. I've enjoyed it very much. I've got my two daughters there and my great-grandchildren, 4 of them, and we've had a good time. We've come up here and enjoyed the games and the interviews and everything like that. It's been a lovely day.
My name's Morgan and I'm photographer. I found it really good. I think it's a great way to get everyone together. And people don't get together much anymore, so it's a nice opportunity to see everyone from the community. And it was really fun, so I had a good time. I think it's really important, especially for us young girls, because I know it's happened a lot with my older family, my nana, my aunties, It's good for us young generation to get with the older generations, the elders, and to really build each other up and have a support system for each other and really have a circle of people to go to rather than doing everything alone.
My name is Savannah Coulthard and I'm Adjumana. It was very welcoming and warm, because it's one way that we're all alike. They've been around longer, so they know more and they can tell me stuff, and so I feel good.
We're celebrating 50 years of NAIDOC Week celebrations. A lot of women have walked this journey a lot before us, and they've set a solid foundation, and I believe that people like me that are in positions where we can bring NAIDOC to our community and run events, I always think about what they did and how they did it, how did they connect with community, and seeing that I hopefully do the same thing. People like the late Annie Joyce Wilson, Annie Elsie, for culture. Annie Elsie did a lot, not only with NAIDOC, with our famous twisties and damper. Annie Elsie was very strong in the education working with schools and working with teachers. A lot of teachers wouldn't be where they are in senior positions if it wasn't for people like Auntie Elsie. So really powerful, strong women. There's so many that could be named that come from our community, and it's days like this that we want to remember them, because that's why we're here. We got to remember that we're still here, we're still alive, and that we need to support each other, and that's the coming together. We all got something to offer, something to give. We also need the TLC every now and again, and I hope that days like this where we come together in the spirit of true NAIDOC celebration, that we can support, celebrate as one.
But can you tell us a bit about what is the story behind the brooch and what do they mean?
Well, we've given our own interpretation of what that badge means and the design. We bought it to represent the women coming together and all sitting around and sharing as one, and we wanted them to walk away with something and recognise and say thank you to them, because NAIDOC Week in 2025 to us here in Port Augusta is more than just a celebration. We want to acknowledge and pay respect and recognise the Aboriginal women who have continued the walk for us in Port Augusta, and we're carrying on their vision, and that's the legacy that they've instilled in us.
The pace slowed down a little bit after lunch for the Remembrance Ceremony. This is an opportunity for our mob to remember our loved ones and honour their memory in sharing stories, singing songs, and making sure that legacy is never forgotten. The stunning Flinders Ranges provided the backdrop to this special event, and although it was quite cold in the morning, the ceremony of the loved ones and being surrounded by the community kept everyone warm. Now, one of the most cherished events of the NAIDOC Week calendar is the Yarns Around a Campfire. Alright, today we're here at Ticklebelly Hill. We've got yarns around a campfire, heaps of food, the vibe's good, so I reckon we should go suss it out and see what people think.
This is just another place, you can hear the laughter in the background, people just sitting and embracing each other's company. And so again, listening to elders, telling stories around country, around the beautiful hills, the place where we are, the beautiful food that we have had. And I think if people have missed out on coming up here, I want to encourage you to come and engage and, just give yourself freely to just take time out, because this is taking time out for me to just sit on this beautiful country, but also to listen to all what else is happening around me.
In cases like mine too, I tell the story I think about family members that have passed on, but sometimes to keep on living in this world, I try and grab hold of their attributes and see if I can reflect them in everyday life and live a happier kind of life. So this kind of day is really important for me, but also listen to the other people too, going through different stories.
Oh, the yarns it's awesome. You can talk about anything, about culture around, like the area that, that we're standing on now. Like Yonka Vince was, you're talking about the important, or the cultural significance of this area that we are now. It's where many different Aboriginal groups would pass through this creek, like valley, and it's where Aboriginal people would pass through for ceremonies.
So as you just seen, everyone is having a blast here. So next year, come down, come to the events, come to NAIDOC Week. I reckon you'll love it. I can't wait for next year's Yarns Around the Campfire. There are so many more stories to share and tell. Tonight it is our teens who have their night to get dressed up and show off those deadly dance moves at the youth ball. After that, there's one more day of NAIDOC Week celebrations here in Port Augusta, so come along and join us for a delicious community breakfast from 9 AM down at Glasson Square. After that, we'll have all the colour and excitement from the closing ceremony and the march kicking off at 10 AM. So get your voices ready, dress up in some deadly warm blackfella merch, and let's send off the NAIDOC Week in 2025 in style. Also, it's back from 6 PM tomorrow night, the final party to NAIDOC Week, the NAIDOC Ball.
We'll be finishing the week with a forecast top of 18 degrees and partly cloudy in Port Augusta.
Samantha will be with you here on the news desk tomorrow to round out the week.
For now, it's been Deadly bringing you all the news from your NAIDOC Thursday.
Stay lovely.
good.
Oh, Harry Fisher.
Well, I actually can't wait to see this. It's gonna look dope.